Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I am your host. Yes! Don't fret! It is still me, Cody the Hangman Heinzman. You may notice a little difference. But still, it's still me, Cody the Hangman Heinzman. If it makes you feel better, I will put on this. There you go. It's a little more normal. Welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I am your host as always, Cody the Hangman Heinzman. And SmackDown ended about an hour ago, and I'm here to give my predictions for Payback, which is this Sunday. And as always, I'm going to have to miss an hour of it. But that's neither here or there. Let's get started with the predictions, shall we? As always, going to follow the format. Non-title matches into title matches. So the first thing we're going to talk about actually is not a match or anything. It is the fact that at Payback, Stephanie McMahon or Shane McMahon is going to be picked to take over Monday Night Raw. And it seems like it's going to be obvious that it's probably going to be Shane McMahon taking over. But, you know, sometimes it's not the obvious thing with WWE. It could be the curve of Stephanie McMahon. Maybe they're going to split it up like before. And we'll have someone running Monday Night Raw, someone running SmackDown. Again, as always, I will say I would love that to happen. Just because I miss the draft. The draft was always the fun thing with WWE, and now it's just kind of gone. So, there's that. Who do I think is going to start running? Honestly, I kind of think Stephanie McMahon, though. I think Stephanie McMahon will come back. So, there's that thoughts. On to matches. We have Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. And this one I'm kind of up in the air with. I kind of feel like Dolph Ziggler is going to take the win. Basically, to give Baron Corbin that kind of push that he needs and kind of keep him in this rivalry against Dolph Ziggler. I also kind of think that Baron Corbin was given the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, so I feel like this is his time to lose, even though it's only been one pay-per-view. I think Dolph Ziggler is going to take the win, and we're going to see Baron Corbin versus Ziggler more or less on the upcoming Raws and SmackDown for a couple weeks, and then they'll put Baron Corbin in a different rivalry. Next up, we have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. I honestly think Kevin Owens is going to take the win. I don't know if it's... I feel that the rivalry is going to continue a little bit, or if after Kevin Owens wins, the rivalry kind of ends. I'm certain that behind camera, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are still the best of friends. But for WWE's sake and all that, we need to think that they are bitter enemies. I'm certain that, yes, there is hard feelings there, but I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn behind camera are still best of buddies. And I think Kevin Owens is going to take the win. Next up, we have Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. Whew, that's a tough one to think. Coming off of WrestleMania, Chris Jericho picked up a win, Dean Ambrose did not. This is a easier challenge for Dean Ambrose coming off of WrestleMania after facing Brock Lesnar. And I kind of think Ambrose is going to take it, because we haven't seen much of Chris Jericho in the past few weeks on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. I say SmackDown, but I have actually missed all 4 of the SmackDowns that has happened leading up to Payback. But there still hasn't been much Chris Jericho on either one. So I think Dean Ambrose is going to take the win. I'm going to go ahead and lead this into title matches here. And what I used to do when I did these was I did the kickoff matches and I went through. I still do that to an extent here, but this is one of those rare cases again because of the new format where I talk about non-title matches into title matches. Where we're talking about the kickoff show match right now. Just like WrestleMania, we're going to have Ryback versus Kalisto on the kickoff show. And to be honest, I don't think Kalisto's going to lose the title again. Basically because the United States Championship kind of has fallen silent. Like, we haven't seen much of Kalisto on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown in a while. He was on SmackDown tonight. This is like the one match I got to watch. He was on there against the League of Nations, tagged up with Sami Zayn and Cesaro. But there really hasn't been much. And they haven't pushed anything with it. So there's really no reason for Ryback to pick up the title unless they're working a storyline behind Ryback behind the scenes. So Kalisto, I think, is going to retain his United States Championship. Next one is not really a title match, and I went back and forth whether or not to put it into the title match area or before it, and ultimately I decided to keep it in there. We have the finals of the tag team tournament that has gone through. Before I go into it, I really don't understand why they decided to do it this way. Maybe just trying to put a big old push on these new NXT guys. I don't know. But they did it. They put the finals into Payback instead of finishing it on the Monday night before and having the title match at Payback. Whatever. The finals of the tag team tournament. We got Enzo and Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Now, if you watched a video I did before, I might link it in the description. Yeah, I'll go ahead and link it in the description to further go into if you want to find more detail about this. I mentioned how I didn't really follow NXT. The most I really know about these guys is through 2K16. Ironically, these two tag teams are in a match right now because I have 2K16 playing in the background. Ironically, they're in a match right now while I'm recording this. And so there's really not much I know about these two teams. So I'm not going off of really much of anything. But I kind of feel, because of Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy having this rivalry with the Dudleys, it seems, I feel like the Vaudevillains are going to win the number one contenders match for the tag team championship. When the match will happen where they face the tag team champions, I don't know. We'll just have to see and wait. But there's that. Next up we have Natalya versus Charlotte for the Women's Championship. Natalya will have on, in her corner, she will have Bret the Hitman Hart. On the other corner, we will have Charlotte with Ric Flair. Things are kind of evened up, but I still kind of hold behind the fact that Charlotte will retain the Women's Championship. I mentioned this. Actually, I didn't mention it because we didn't know it was going to be Women's Championship at WrestleMania. I kind of mentioned it in the review a little bit. But originally, I thought Charlotte was going to hold on to the Divas Championship until she beat out Nikki Bella's reign. I thought that Charlotte was going to retain the title until she took out Nikki Bella's reign, and until she beat the record that Nikki Bella set. But now that it's the women's championship, it's kind of up in the air. But do I think that Natalya is going to hold the women's championship? Not really. I don't feel like the first person that's going to take the women's championship from Charlotte is going to be one of these former divas. I feel like if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be someone that will be coming into WWE somewhat soon. And I guess I should just put up the name Bayley. She lost her NXT Women's Championship. And usually whenever they lose the title or something, they come into the roster sometime. And this is just going to be a small off-the-trail prediction thing here. Honestly, because I think of the fact that last year we got Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks all like at one time. I don't feel like we're going to see Bayley come in until maybe around WrestleMania time. So there's that little small thing put there. I honestly don't think Charlotte's going to lose the title to any of these divas that are around. Maybe she'll lose it to Nikki Bella. Give it back to Nikki Bella since she had to give it up. But there's that. So I think Charlotte's going to retain. Even with the fact that Natalya will have Bret the Hitman Hart to counter the fact that Ric Flair's there. Next up, we have The Miz versus Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. Can I just say that I feel bad for Zack Ryder. Through this whole thing, I feel bad about it. I figured that the next night on Monday Night Raw, Zack Ryder was going to lose the Intercontinental Championship. I just kind of figured it was going to happen. The fact that Zack Ryder got such a push just to yank him back. He really doesn't deserve to be part of the NXT roster. Why? He's giving such a push to his tag team partner, yes, but he is a veteran. He's been tag team champion, United States champion, Intercontinental champion now, for one day, but still, Intercontinental champion. And he's been around for a long time. He doesn't deserve to be in the NXT roster, and he really deserves another opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. He did get his rematch on SmackDown, but he deserves a little bit more, like a couple more matches for the Intercontinental title. And a longer reign. But that's neither here or there. We're talking about Miz and Cesaro. I don't think Cesaro's going to win it. I sadly don't. Cesaro's been getting such a push lately with the return and everything, and I love the new intro. I love the James Bond-esque intro. It is beautiful. But I don't think... Yes, I believe Maurice is going to be in the corner of Miz. It's no surprise there. She seems to be back in WWE for some reason. I don't know why she's not wrestling right now. Maybe just because she has kids and all that good stuff. But anyways, Maurice is back in WWE and all that good jazz. But I don't think Cesaro's going to take the Intercontinental Championship from The Miz. Mainly because, you know, they're going to push Miz a little bit farther. Maybe at Extreme Rules, because I kind of feel like we might see more of Miz versus Cesaro. maybe. Finally, we've come to the main event of the night. We have Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I need to grab a water. Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. Would have been a good match. Why am I saying would have been without seeing it? The fact of the tag team of Luke Gallows and his Austin Aries, something like that. I haven't learned the names of them two yet. I know Luke Gallows because he was part of the Straight Edge Society. He is that Luke Gallows. So they are going to be on the side of AJ Styles. But, of course, on the side of Roman Reigns, I figure we're going to see the Usos come in and assist Roman Reigns. But with all this outside and assist, and not just going to see Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles, the match is pretty much already ruined. The fact that we know that there's going to be outside interference somehow, some way. Then again, there's so many people rumoring about the return of the Shield. Maybe they want us to think the Usos is the backup, when in all reality we could see Dean Ambrose and the return of Seth Rollins, and we have the Shield. Of course, that's kind of sitting and thinking about it now after I said that. Seth Rollins would like his title back. Which is one of those things I'm thinking about. I think Roman Reigns is going to retain it. I don't think they're going to make him lose it yet. But I think I may have mentioned it before on the subject of Seth Rollins. I think we're going to see the return of Seth Rollins coming into Extreme Rules. He won't come back until Extreme Rules, like the day of. We'll have Roman Reigns versus someone for the title, and then, like, after the match is over, we'll see Seth Rollins come out. So, that has been my problem with the bottle. Just throw it over there. Get rid of it. That has been my predictions for Payback. And as always, I'm Cody the Hangman Heisman. That's just how it is.